The heart of Ohio. Valley Sports Ohio. The heart of the fan.
The back end of a twin bill is here. The Reds and Cubs collide for the second time today, and Cincinnati seeks a split on the double dip. A pleasant good evening. Welcome on back to Reds Baseball alongside our captain, the Hall of Famer, Barry Larkin. I'm John Sadak. And Lark, the Reds need to bounce back here. These are big head-to-head games. In Game 2, they look to Lyon Richardson.
Well, Lyon Richardson's going to go out there and he's going to be very aggressive. This is a ball club that I think needs to be very aggressive as well. We saw it earlier today, playing a little pensive, maybe out there trying not to lose. This kid on the mound, he's going to pitch to win. Hopefully the team will play to win this next ball game.
It'll be his first action since Wednesday of last week. That was against the Angels when he showed improvement in his second big league start. We take a look at our storylines presented by Elk and Elk. The offense for the Cubs driven by Ian Happ and Cody Bellinger.
Well, Cody Bellinger has just been on absolute fire. This has had a resurgent season. Looks like his MVP years back with the Dodgers. And Ian Happ, every single time he comes to Cincinnati, he figures out a way to come up with a huge hit here and there. He loves hitting in this ballpark.
Both had some very long plate appearances. One of the Reds that likes to work counts, Jake Fraley. We'll go to break, but we're back. We saw a snippet of Fraley in Game 1. He'll get the start leading off in Game 2. Word from Fraley at the start of the day when we're back.
Baseball Valley Sports Ohio brought to you by Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Cincinnati. Hi, Skyline Chili, feeling good. It's Skyline time. And by DHL Supply Chain, now hiring a wide range of salaried, managerial, and operational roles. Again of a double dip, and the Reds welcome back Jake Fraley to the fray. He pinch hit in Game 1, and now he'll be thrust right into the spotlight again. In fact, leading off, he'll play his first game after that fractured toe. First start, that is, since August 3rd. It's a pain tolerance injury, and Fraley wants to tough it out. He knows he has postseason surgery ahead of him, but where they are in the season makes all the difference in the world as far as toughing it out, according to Jake.
I mean, if there's any silver lining, this happening at this point in the year is, you know, a blessing in the sense of it allows me the opportunity to play through. It'd be a lot different if it was in April, right, and you had the whole season ahead of you. At that point, it's probably not a good idea. So the fact that, you know, we're at the end of the year, and I think it's something that we all felt like, you know, as long as your body can tolerate it, we can, you know, give it a shot. And obviously, as well as the aspect of us being in a playoff race too helps too. In order for those doctors to kind of give me that opportunity, and you know, so we were like, let's give it a try. And after I started the running progression and started running and hitting and realizing like, okay, like this isn't, again, this is manageable, and I can, you know, still be productive and do what I know I can do.
And he has been missed. You've seen that left-handed bat has been so effective for the Reds in the middle of that lineup. Well, it's at the top of the lineup here in Game 2. Full lineups, first pitch, all the play-by-play action around the corner. Game 2 of a double dip. Reds and Cubs coming up here on Valley Sports Ohio.
Is presented by authority of the Cincinnati Reds and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Reds. Spencer Steer taking the time for the kids, and the Reds rocking the City Connect unis. They try to split this double dip. Fell in the opener by a final count of 6-2. Lyon Richardson to the mound. The 23-year-old makes his third major league start. His numbers so far from Western and Southern.
Well, last time we saw Lyon Richardson here in Cincinnati, it didn't go too well. At least the first couple of pitches that he threw were hit for home runs. Then he settled in. Listen, I think just like Graham Ashcraft, this guy has a very high competitive spirit. I think he is definitely part of the future here in this organization. I like how he calmed down in his first appearance here in Cincinnati. I'm looking forward to seeing him pitch. I'm looking forward to seeing all these guys play in meaningful games in a pennant stretch. This right here, whatever happens, good, bad, or indifferent, it's going to work out well for this team in the future.
The 9 that he'll oppose for the Cubs, David Ross's squad has won 10 of 13. Full 9 from Rallyhouse. Mike Tauchman leads off. Nico Hoerner, Ian Happ, Cody Bellinger each had huge efforts in Game 1. Dansby Swanson, Seiya Suzuki. Jeimer Candelario starts Game 2. He pinch hit in the opener. Yan Gomes and Christopher Morel. Cubs, for the first time in their franchise history, have gone from 10 games under 500 to 10 games over 500 within that same campaign. When the Reds saw them for the spark of the series in Chicago to close out July, there was talk about, should the Cubs sell? Will Bellinger be on the block? Could Marcus Stroman be dealt? When they sat near sea level, and here they are, 72 and 62. One of the teams the Reds are chasing directly in front of Cincinnati in the division, and a few notches up in the wild card chase. Mike Tauchman 1 for 5 in the opener. Struck out twice, scored a run. Up and away at a lively 97. We're underway. Three and 0. Elevated strike. Richardson's last outing came against the Angels. He issued a leadoff walk in that game and then largely settled. Strike 2. At one point, his second time through, he retired 8 in a row. It was his third time through the order. It came in the 5th inning. That back-to-back hits from the leadoff and second position hitters chased him. He left with a 4-1 lead. Those hand-me-down men came in against the bullpen. And while he is approaching an undisclosed innings limit, there is a chance he's too strong. He hasn't pitched in 9 days. Just missed, leadoff walk. Nico Hoerner, 2 hits and a run scored in Game 1. Inside. Call just low. Hoerner has bounced into 10 double plays this year. That's tied for the most of any Cub. Back-to-back walks begin the game.
This conversation is, all right, listen, you haven't pitched in 9 days. I know you're feeling strong. Your stuff works. I'm watching Luke Maile behind the dish, and I see him set up to the extreme outside, to the extreme inside. A few strikes that he did throw, I thought I saw him set up right down the middle of the plate. So maybe just trying to be a little too fine. Just trust yourself and go after these hitters.
Ian Happ spins a breaking ball for a strike.
And I thought it was interesting, the first at bat, Tauchman, every pitch was a fastball until the decisive ball 4, which was a breaking ball.
Changeup for a strike. Happ can do damage. 2 hits in the opener, a double, a 2-run homer. He walked twice. The Reds never knew a lead in the opener. Cubs scored the first run in the 4th. Reds responded, and the Cubs broke away in the 6th inning. Change up low. Fastball down, and you can see the frustration in the body language from Richardson. Two. He does have a very competitive edge. It's one of the many traits the Reds really like about Richardson. Coming off Tommy John, was somewhat fast-tracked from spring training through the year and has handled each level. Struck him out. Beautiful changeup.
Yeah, nicely done. We saw him throw it for strike 1 and strike 2. And then came back with it. 96, 97 mile an hour fastball. And then that changeup. Tough to cover both.
Cody Bellinger, 2 hits, a homer, 3 ribbies in game 1. Strike 1. Flinch at second. Richardson misses, perhaps influenced by the dart of Tauchman off the bag. And I think you're onto something, Lark. It seems like Richardson has far better command of the secondary stuff than he does the fastball right now. Huge lead at first for Hoerner. Hoerner took a noticeably larger late lead and then seemed to look up toward Tauchman. If Tauchman went, I think he was prepared to go in a double steal.
Toughest job on a double steal is that backside runner.
They both take large leads and Richardson steps off. If nothing else, I feel like they think that's getting to him a bit and it's affecting the at bat.
I think they were thinking if they time him, they're going to definitely double steal. That's what I think they were thinking.
Way outside, and his command noticeably off after he's had the runners catch his eye. A 2 on, reached on walks. There's a third, bases loaded. Derek Johnson has to come out. This is the opening inning. Well, the Cubs do a lot of damage in divisional play. Our Medical Mutual 5-star report. The Braves trounced their divisional competition, scoring nearly 7 runs per game in divisional play. Rangers ranked second at 6.5, and the Cubs just over 6 runs per game in divisional play. And yes, the 2 massacres they handed the Reds, certainly part of that, but it goes beyond that.
Well, this team, you talked about it, they have been double digits down, below 500, behind, and now where they are. The way they've done that is by getting good, consistent pitching and by beating up on the baseball. And this young man right here, Dansby Swanson, has been a huge part of that.
Swanson singled, walked, struck out in game 1. Bases loaded. 0-1. Now the Reds running thinner on pitching. Both Fernando Cruz and Ben Lively hit the COVID IL today. David Bell's squad with Richardson back up from AAA. Carson Spires joining the team from AA, a converted reliever into a starter at that level. Hitters count for Swanson, bases loaded. The changeup has been the most effective pitch for Richardson.
Yes, it has. And I'm watching Lyon Richardson and his cadence on the mound. He seems to be working awfully fast. That time he's taking a little time, but I was watching the pitch clock. 12 seconds left is when he's delivering the ball.
That falls foul.
To the plate. He's got a full 20 seconds, and he's taking about 8 of those seconds.
And I think that last pitch, the only reason that he slowed some, he was having issue with pitch count.
Right. So I'd like to see him take another deep breath or two. Just take his time, because, you know, as a young player, the game speeds up on you. And if you can just control your breathing, maybe your results are a little bit better.
Check swing, appeal, no go. And now it's full on Swanson. Nowhere to put him. Payoff. Fouled. Right back to the changeup. .32nd pitch of this opening inning. Lands it, strike 3, sinker at the knees.
Watching Lyon Richardson before this pitch, he was really digging into his glove. Normally when you see a pitcher dig into his glove, he's going off speed, and maybe that's what Dansby Swanson saw, and the fastball froze him.
Seiya Suzuki homered in game 1.
Right before that pitch, yet again, he went digging in his glove. Lyon Richardson has his glove out in front of his chest, and he's digging. See that right there? That movement right there indicates that he's going to go to a breaking ball. But he did that, I think, I don't know if he did it on purpose, maybe to deke the hitter a little bit. No dig right there. No dig. Fastball. So, you know, this is something that he needs to be aware of too, because guys are watching him. Depending on what grip he goes to, see, he's changing the grip. So now you're thinking breaking ball, and he throws a fastball. So maybe that's definitely something that guys are looking for. See if there's anything that can indicate what pitch he's going to throw.
The first 2 reached. It was bases loaded, 1 out. Can he get out of it? 2-2. Struck him out. Leaves him loaded. It's just his third big league start. Some moxie from Richardson gets out of the pickle. He leads off for the second time this year. Also did so 6th of June against the Dodgers. Friedl, Steer, Ellie De La Cruz cleaning up for the first time since July the 16th. Nick Martini, CES, Will Benson, Noel V. Marte, and Luke Maile. Looks like a bullpen outing for the Cubs. The second career major league start for Jose Cuas. Numbers from Western and Southern.
Cuas, a right-hander side armor, kind of a crossfire guy. Throwing from sling, I guess it's a slinger, to be quite honest. You can see his numbers on the season. He's a 3-pitch pitcher. Works a lot with the fastball that sits about 93 miles an hour, a changeup, and a slider.
He leans on the sinker the most, and that's the pitch that gets hit. League has hit over 300 against his primary pitch. Fraley fouls back, strike one. The only other time Fraley led off this year, he had a couple of hits, and he drove in a run when he was hit by pitch. It was late in that Dodger game. Drives this ball to right center. That's down, base hit. First knock on the return of Jake Fraley.
Well, we certainly missed this right here. Jake Fraley. Really nice swing. And no thoughts of running to second base.
Yeah, the steal is a big part of his game when he's healthy. He has 20 of them. Caught 5 times. Strike one away to Friedl. Friedl pinch hit in the 8th inning in the opener. Was hit by pitch. Finished 0 for 1. The only other start Cuas has made, minors or majors, was on the 22nd of June. That was when he was a Royal in Tampa. Got 4 outs that day. 1 1/3, 2 runs, 2 hits. Walked a guy, hit a batter. Candelario plays a strong third, bases on the grass, attempting to deny a bunt for Friedl. They are strongest up the middle, where Swanson and Horner rate among the best at their positions. There is already someone up in the Cubs pen. It is Drew Smyly, who is now their lone lefty. Anthony Kay was sent down as Cuas was activated off the bereavement list. Full count. Friedel's been in a funk, and you feel like he is due. He is a darn good hitter. Strikes out, fastball away. During a stretch of a couple of weeks in which the Reds offense has been definitively off, Spencer Steer has been their bedrock. Found that one off himself. He reached 3 times in game 1, 2 hits and a walk. It's something BG and Sammy were talking about. He doesn't feel like a rookie. He feels like one of the more established, known commodities on this team.
He's got a very smooth approach about himself. Very pragmatic, businesslike. like he's been around for a long, long time.
Oh, and 2. In his last 12 games, hitting .311. Getting on a base at a nearly .430 clip. Way outside. Two. Sent to center. Tauchman circling in the gap. He's got it. Elly De La Cruz. And he'll see a new pitcher. They're going to turn him around. David Ross has made the move to Drew Smyly. It's a very early Skyline Chili call to the bullpen as the Reds face a bullpen day. Down first inning. Quas is done. He gets just a couple of outs. Drew Smyly is in.
34-year-old left-hander Drew Smyly was a starter, now working out of the bullpen. He's a 3-pitch pitcher. Likes to throw a lot of curveballs. Has a fastball as well as a cutter.
He has struggled significantly against the Reds. 3 starts this year, an ERA over 10. In his 14 innings, the Reds have hit .355 against him, slugging almost OPS. Yeah, no, the slug near .650. They turn around Elly De La Cruz to bat right. Now, the Reds have a number of lefties in the lineup. You got Fraley, Friedl, Martini, and Benson. Here is a lefty that could go long, even since he shifted to the pen. He's had an outing in which he went nearly 4 innings. But he does not handle lefties well. They hit him far better than righties. A .325 average with a lot of pop.
Yeah, there's not a lot of deception from a left-handed hitter's perspective against Drew Smyly, because he is almost kind of right over the top. You know, when you create an angle, when you create deception, or you're throwing from what is perceived behind the hitter, that makes it very uncomfortable. He stands in the middle of the mound and is pretty much right over the top.
And he strikes out De La Cruz. Well this year, influenced dramatically by a stellar showing in his Cubs debut series earlier in August, at the beginning of August. It's September now, John. Curveball misses, ball 1. He pinch hit in game 1, finished 0 for 2. Lyon Richardson threw 37 pitches in the first inning. Walked the bases loaded, struck out the side. Change up away. Opposite way. Foul. Inside, leadoff walk. Candelario, just 2 for his last 27, is aboard for free to begin the inning. Yan Gomes. Gomes in his second year with the Cubs. It's his 5th major league team. His production way up. 235 bat last year, 270 this year. Mainly handles the ball in the dirt. Nice backhand. Candelario 8 for 9 in steal tries on the year between Washington and Chicago. Way in. Another full count. Sent to left. Martini on the back pedal. Christopher Morel, who can be a very aggressive hitter. Does not get cheated on his swings. He's got plenty of power.
60 RBIs from your number 9 hitter. 19 home runs. Wow.
And he began the year in the minors. He had to play his way back. Rock to left. Martini on a skip. Morel did not play his first big league game of this season until May 9th. He was in AAA.
Yan Gomes, who lined out to left field, hitting 270 on the year. So we talked about earlier in the day in game 1, we talked about the production in the first half of the lineup. But there are some thumps sitting in the bottom third of this lineup as well.
Talkman rolls it right side. Backhand. De La Cruz at second one. Pitcher cover. Double play. 3-6-1. That sorely needed double play.
And I don't know if you can do it any better than that. CES with a nice feed. Ellie taking his time, and the most important part, Lyon Richardson getting over there nice and early. Sticking the landing.
Nick Martini fouls back strike 1. He pinch hit in the opener, flied to left, was later hit by pitch. Bounce to first. Bellinger handles. Encarnacion Strand 0 for 4 strikeout in the opener. Smiley's season debut came here in Cincinnati. That was on April 3rd. Reds burned him for 7 runs in 4 2/3 innings. Knuckle curve lands, strike 1. He later saw the Reds 2 more times in Chicago in late May. 5 runs, failed to go 5. And on the 2nd of August, 5 runs, 3 bombs, failed to go 5. He got roughed up by the Mets 5 days later, and then was dropped from the rotation, making 1 spot start since. Under the sweeping glove of Candelario, Encarnacion Strand is on. Base hit. Oh, 0-1 on Benson. Benson pinch hit in the 9th, delivered an RBI single. Proved to be the Reds' second and last run. In the dirt, Encarnacion Strand up, throw down, offline and late.
That's great anticipation by CES right there. Yan Gomes throws very well. So I'm sure the big fella CES is not thinking steal a base, but seeing that ball in the dirt, secondary lead, he's hopping towards second base. Just keep going. Nice job.
Wild pitch. Benson entered the Pirates series a couple of road trips ago with 1 hit against a lefty on the year. In his defense, and very limited opportunity. Part of a de facto platoon largely facing right-handed pitching. He now has 5 hits against lefties on the year. Part of that out of necessity, the platoon not there, the depth not the same. And part of it circumstantial. Swing and miss. Fastball strikes him out. Noelvi Marte aboard 3 times in game 1. He finished 2 for 3. Had a ribby single, a walk, and he scored. Now you mentioned Gomes. They try to run on him a lot. There are 58 stolen base attempts with him catching this year. He's caught 15 men. Backdoor called strike. Now by pure arm strength, he has the 4th worst arm strength in baseball by average velocity of his throws. And yet he gets a pretty good number of guys. Backdoor strike.
I've worked with Yan for many, many years. Yan's the national catcher for the Brazilian team.
How does he overcome that to get a fair amount of men?
I just believe it's his footwork, his technique, his pop time, getting the ball out.
A caught stealing rate around 26% in today's game. It's pretty good. Not great. It's not the best. But that has you in the top third. Opposite way. Suzuki on the track.
Recalled Lyon Richardson, obviously. TJ Antone reinstated from the 60-day injured list after nearly missing 2 years, second Tommy John surgery. And they placed Fernando Cruz and Ben Lively on the COVID IL, and he joins Hunter Green in that regard. Now, because of the situation, you can add a replacement player that doesn't have to be on the 40-man roster, and that is Carson Spires from Double-A. So this is a situation that the Reds are really going to have to handle delicately going forward.
And thank you, Jim. Of all those moves, the one that leaps to me the most is the return of TJ Antone. Last pitched in the bigs in August of 2021 in Milwaukee, coming back from a second Tommy John.
And I was just down in Louisville and I saw him pitch. And he's not sitting at 95 to 98, although he did throw a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. And that big curveball that he had was a little sharper, a little smaller. But he was competing. And he was throwing free and easy, and he felt good about it. So it certainly will be nice to see him back.
Each of his last 7 outings in AAA scoreless. Cody Bellinger has walked tonight. Man, Richardson could use a fast inning. That's only the 4th pitch of this inning. Deep right center. Bellinger's second bomb of the day. He takes the outright team lead, his 22nd. I've got to think he's your comeback player of the year in baseball.
He's certainly having a great year himself, and looks like he was looking for that, sitting on that breaking ball. Timed it up perfectly.
Swanson struck out looking first time. Change up strike. Fastball by him. Slider away. This is the 7th time Richardson has gone to a 3-ball count. It's his 5th full count of the game. Struck him out. Fraley, could he get a double? He is due up in the home third. It's your turn. Head to the FanDuel app, check out the odds, create your own live same game parlay. Luke Maile leads it off. Knuckle curve, strike one. Well, the Reds offense has had sluggish starts for some time now, including tonight. It's now 11 consecutive opening innings without a run. In 7 straight games, they have failed to score through 2 innings. Cubs just took the lead in the top half of this third. Two and two. Struck him out. Knuckle curve away.
As a right-handed hitter facing Drew Smyly, you've got to make sure that you're set up to drive that ball the other way. If not, you'll see swings like that right there. As a right-hand hitter facing a lefty, think about it. The ball is coming from the first base side of the mound. If your body's going towards the shortstop or third base side of the mound, you're not giving yourself a chance to hit. You've got to work right through the right center gap.
Reds have had trouble with off speed a few weeks running now. It was a familiar refrain, particularly in the Giants series, the most recent one. Oh, nice hands. Colin Cowgill can still pick it.
Very nice. We have to get him on field B. Get him with the flat glove. Get him with the infielders.
We saw the combination of splitter and changeup flummox the Reds quite a bit. Particularly older, more established arms that weren't throwing very hard but had good command of soft stuff with fade at the plate.
And I think you see that with many young hitters. Right, young hitters are prepared to hit the fastball. When you get to the big leagues, you've got to hit the fastball. And the adjustment is being able to stay on the fastball and adjust to the off-speed pitches. And that comes with time. It comes with the repetition.
That is fair. Past the diving Bellinger. Fraley shoots up to second. Suzuki gathers in the right field corner. A standing double for Jake Fraley.
Really nice to see Jake Fraley back on the field and doing the things that he's capable of doing. Swinging the bat very well. Second hit of the day. Watching him run, it didn't look like there was any hesitance at all running around the bases. Looked good.
TJ Friedl corners pinch. Fraley a large lead. Knuckle curve misses low. He struck out swinging his first time. Reds are bottom third in baseball in average, on base, slugging, and OPS against off speed. Another borderline miss. Well, Fraley 2 for 2 in his first start back. He is the tying tally in scoring position. Friedel, fair ball. That'll tie the game. Fraley rounds third. Friedel gallops to second. Fraley scores. Back-to-back doubles, even at one.
And this looks familiar. A little chip here, a little chip there. Stringing the hits together. Fraley running nicely and smooth around third base to score, and TJ Friedel. It has been somewhat of a struggle for him, but you could never ever tell. This young man just approaches it like every day is a great opportunity.
He was in a 3 for 31 slump before that RBI double. Could that break him loose? Steer is flied out. Strike one. Not only leads the team with 72 knocked in, he leads the team with go-ahead ribbies as well. Most of the year he was either leading or just behind Jonathan India, as those two traded for that top status. Low. Smiley's just missing the bottom of the zone here, and this looks more like when the Reds have been at their best. They were excellent at laying off pitches like this. Friedel a big lead, draws a look, no throw. Smiley has been haunted and hounded by Reds hitters all season. Spikes that one in the dirt, 3-1. Fouled away. Payoff. Sent to deep center. Tauchman back. Friedel should be able to tag. Glove made. Friedel gets into third on a slide. De La Cruz, the first man Smiley faced, he went at him with fastballs and struck him out. De La Cruz saw 4 pitches, 3 of them were fastballs, including the finishing pitch. Fastball strike. Hayden Wesneski warms in the Cubs bullpen. Struck him out, breaking ball down. Back-to-back doubles forge a tie. Friedel follows Fraley, 1-all. For the 6th, watch the Reds battle the Mariners. Go to reds.com/bark for tickets and more info. Seiya Suzuki. He struck out swinging his first time. Richardson with 4 strikeouts, 4 walks. Right to second, dropped, steer, reset, got him. Oh, and 1. Two down. Combs is flying to left. Tried to check, somehow held up. Backhand stop. Marte throw. Got him. Excellent play.
Noelvi Marte showing his ability. Range to his right. Fully extended. And then the strong arm across the diamond. Defensively, because you have so many shortstops that are out there playing different positions. Noelvi Marte, his ability to move to his right, fully extend, catch that ball, set his feet, and then the strong arm to throw it across the diamond. Outstanding play. That's right. Cool down that gun, buddy.
Martini first pitch, strike 1. Cubs had Wesneski warming last inning. The bullpen empty right now. Well, looks like he might be loosening again. Indeed, he is up. Popped up. One down. Word now from Academy Sports and Outdoors. Base hit for Encarnacion Strand that went under Candelario's glove. Talkman on the slide, 2 down. Benson struck out swinging first time. The right-hander Marte on deck, then the right-handed Maile. Could this be Smiley's last man? Get him or lose him. Wesneski is ready. Payoff to Benson. Down he walks. And here comes David Ross up the steps. He makes the move. Pitching change. Ohio is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. And by TriHealth. Healing begins with a doctor who hears you. Learn more at trihealth.com/BeHealed. Tied at 1. Reds have a man on, 2 down. Hayden Wesneski.
Wesneski, a 4-pitch pitcher. 93-mile-an-hour fastball, slider, cutter, and a changeup.
He has allowed a lot of homers. He's coming off arguably the worst outing of his career. That was on Saturday when in Pittsburgh he went 1 2/3, gave up 5 runs. 4 hits and a walk. He was excellent when he made his major league debut against the Reds. That was late last season. Pitched very well twice against Cincinnati. Marte is flied out. Swing and a miss. Remember, he went behind Wade Miley in his debut when he went 5 scoreless, 2 hits, 8 strikeouts. He also tossed right near the end of the year when he gave up 2 runs, 1 earned in 6 innings here in Cincinnati in early October.
I think it's interesting how Wesneski, when he comes to the set, he kind of takes his hands over his head. A little Clayton Kershaw almost.
Benson, a capable base stealer. Dials that up to 98. Benson takes off and the ball in the dirt. Gomes snap throw down. Good one. Got it. After the Reds take on the Cardinals, fans can enjoy a spectacular fireworks show presented by Rozzi Fireworks. Get your tickets now. Reds.com/tickets. 1-all in the 5th. Ryan Richardson labored in a 37-pitch first inning. He has thrown 41 over the next 3 combined. His next pitch will be his 80th of this game. That'll mark a new high in the big leagues. He's thrown as many as 81 this year. The last time he's thrown more than 81, pre-Tommy John. You got to go back to A-ball mid-August of 2021. Two and two. Marte.
Noelvi Marte is playing a really good third base. Good footwork. A lot of times guys come in with a hitter that can run, catch that ball and throw on the run, errantly on the run. Marte catches that ball, sets his feet quickly to get in position, and throws a dart.
Strike one on Tauchman, who has walked, bounced into a double play. Tauchman called his timeout. Now remember, it was 3rd time through for Richardson. Back-to-back hits against the Angels. He got lifted, left with 2 men on. They came in with the bullpen on the bump. Just now, Sam Moll loosens behind Richardson. Steer backhand against the grain. Good throw. It's only been a few games. What have you thought of Steer at second base?
I just think he's solid at everything that he does. I think he just really understands what's required of him. Doesn't try to do too much. Always seems to be in position. And I think he does a nice job of doing things in rhythm. See how he catches this ball in rhythm, continues, throws, using his body to torque to throw that ball to first base. And he does it on both sides of the diamond. I just think he's so valuable and just so solid defensively. And obviously, he can swing the bat as well. During the Hall of Fame induction, I talked to Paul Molitor about Spencer, and Molly is a huge fan of Spencer. Said he could identify early in his career that he was going to be a winner and a very solid player, and he's turning out to be just that.
Just away. Horner draws his second walk. That's 5 issued by Richardson on the outing. And remember, Steer is getting these reps at second base because Matt McLain went on the IL. Now, the plan was for McLain to have some physical therapy today and to get examined again. Tomorrow, we should have a clearer picture on what the Reds are thinking in terms of a time frame. But oblique injuries are not forgiving. With Happ due up. There's McLain on the mend. Bell is out to make a move. He'll turn the switch hitter around, it appears. He calls for Sam Moll. Klosterman Bakery. Kids 14 and younger in attendance receive a red sticker sheet thanks to our friends at La Rosa's. Man on, 2 down, Sam Moll.
Has been excellent since he's been here, since the trade, and his last 20 appearances. He's posted a 1.5 ERA. He's done an outstanding job out of the bullpen.
David Bell brings him in for the switch hitting Happ. Part of the reason why Happ is not nearly the same batting right-handed. When he faces a lefty and he turns around to bat right, he hits .216. The power way down as well. Well, not only is Happ not as impactful when he turned him around, should he reach, he's a guy that walks a lot. Bellinger, who does damage, is a lefty on deck. And the best base stealer for the Cubs is held on at first. He goes, great jump, pitch down and in, no chance at a throw. Horner's got his 35th steal.
First move right there, and Luke Maile could see it right in front of him. No chance, even if it was a good pitch, because of the jump of Nico Hoerner.
Wow. See the bend on that breaking ball? He is a good one, and that's one of his best.
Yeah, this ball starts out way outside, and got some tremendous movement on it.
That looks like a wiffle ball.
It's kind of how Sam Moll has competed since he's been over here. It's just been loosey-goosey, just letting it eat.
Fastball up. Hoerner got a very large secondary lead off second base. Hoerner still has such a clean read, it seems, on Maul. He's going to get a running start on any kind of contact. Not only does he have well above average speed, but compound that with that jump. On a base hit, he's going to go home. Ninth pitch of the plate appearance. And this guy just has amazing at bats in this ballpark. Chopped up the middle. That's through. Hoerner around third. He scores. Reds trail. The steal looms large.
Yeah, getting yourself into scoring position is key, especially with 2 strikes. That might be the softest base hit that Ian Happ has had here in Cincinnati. Just well positioned.
Bellinger has walked and homered. Just missed. You hit on it in the open, Lark. The Oak and Oak storyline happened to Bellinger. They were the main culprits in game 1. Again here in game 2 of the Cubs' 8 runs. They've combined to drive in 7. Runner goes, great jump, pitch down to the way, no chance at a throw. A breaking ball that tailed down. Another steal.
And another great jump. Looks like these guys have something on Sam Maul. You can see it looks like they're going first move, so maybe he's doing something to indicate whether or not he's throwing the first baser to the dish.
Struck him out. Cubs claim the lead. 2-1. During the game, Mike Floria from Oakley, Ohio will win the brand new Built in the USA 2023 Tundra. Register for your chance at your Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky Toyota dealers. Fastball up to Noelvi Marte, who was at the plate when Will Benson was cut down, trying to advance on the ball in the dirt. Bails out a bit. Nice breaking ball for a strike. Another breaking ball. Oh, look at that shot.
At least today, a little fall weather, feeling like weather. I know it's going to heat up this upcoming week. These last few days here in the city, my goodness, some beautiful weather.
Breaking ball way outside, swing and miss. Do you just have Hail to the Victors like on loop?
I do.
Car? Yeah.
Big day tomorrow. Got some high school football tonight, I believe, right? It's here.
Luke Maley is struck out. That sweeper looks pretty good. Fouled back. And Luke Maley's cousin, Michael Mayer, was a star at Notre Dame. Will be playing on Sundays for the Raiders. Just low. Buck Farmer's up in the Reds pen. Struck him out. That breaking ball is pretty sharp right now.
Yeah, Wesneski is really pitching well. We're seeing a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. And that right there is just a tight late breaking slider. Or is that the sweeper?
It's the same thing.
Same thing.
Looped foul just outside the range of Candelario. Yeah, the sweeper is the nom de jour for a breaking ball that has more horizontal movement. Now it's a pitch that's being used for many by design. It's been pushed within certain organizations. The Yankees are one of the franchises that aggressively teach the sweeper. It's a breaking ball. Broke his bat on the pick, spin. Nice play by Horner.
That man can get it done.
Jacob Hurtubise. File away the name. 39th round pick out of Army. Leadoff home run in this game from Zionsville, Indiana. He is trying to make it to the show the hard way. Hitting .485 now at AAA Louisville. He's had an outstanding minor league season overall. .1250 OPS at AAA Louisville. He is hot and continues it tonight.
Congratulations, young man. Buck Farmer in out of the pen.
Buck's numbers on the season recently, he's been exceptional as well. In his last 6 appearances, how about a 1.17?
Appeal, he held up.
You know, there's obviously been times where the bullpen has been strong and healthy and pitching very well. And then times where they struggle, hopefully for this final push, they can be effective as they were earlier in the season, holding these opposing hitters at bay and allowing the offense to figure it out.
One, two. Hurtubise set the stolen base record during his time at the United States Military Academy, Army West Point. What a fantastic story. He is the 6th man from Army to get to AAA. You've seen him play. What stands out to you?
Super disciplined, very quiet, goes about his job. He can run. And as Jim noted, swinging the bat very well, hitting over 400.
Marte on the run. Got him again. Another bang bang play from the Reds third baseman.
That was a good attack right there. I feel like Noelvi didn't get a great read on this at first. There was a little bit of delay, and then he decides to attack the baseball. Didn't have much time, but being able to throw on the run in rhythm, those are the characteristics of a shortstop. Good play.
Suzuki to center. 2 down. Candelario is walked. He is grounded out to second. Three and one. Two out walk. Word now from First Financial Bank.
Earn it, save it, grow it with First Financial Bank. Boost your savings with a high money market rate or CD rate. Visit bankatfirst.com or stop by today. First!
Strike one on Yan Gomes, who has flied to left. He's also been the victim of a nice play by Noelvi Marte. backhand. And the ninth, they battle the Cardinals. Fans in attendance can add to their collection a Nick Lodolo bauble, courtesy of Every Watch Has a Story, while supplies last. Reds down a run, 6th inning. They're trying to split this doubleheader. TJ Friedl drove in the only Reds run. A double his last time. Ian Gibaut is up in the Reds pen. One and one. Foul back. Two and two. With the loss in the opener, the Reds now 2 games out in the wild card, 3 in the loss behind the Giants, with the Diamondbacks in between. Giants are in San Diego tonight. That gets underway in about an hour. Diamondbacks are home to the Orioles. Same start time. Marlins are only a game back at the Reds, tied in the loss.
Isn't it incredible, the intrigue that the wild card, the implementation of the wild card into the postseason has made? It's incredible. I remember being 4 or 5 games out and having no chance because you've got 2 teams in between you and that first place club, and if you don't win your division, you don't go to the playoffs.
The Reds are one of 5 teams that are right in the thick of what previously did not exist. A little bit of hot potato handled by Blas Diaz, the veteran crew chief. Guess he had to match Colin Cowgill from his theatrics earlier, right?
That's right.
And it adds another major layer of intrigue. Yeah, the drop off after the Marlins significant. Padres are another 5.5 back of Miami. Struck him out. It's a good AB. He saw 10 pitches, but 1 down.
Wesneski has just been really good. Wow. That fastball at 99 miles an hour with a little bit of run.
Steer has flied to center twice. The last time, fairly deep fly ball allowed Friedl to tag from second to third. Chop to third. 2 down. Word now from Academy Sports and Outdoors. De La Cruz has struck out twice, both times swinging. The Reds entered the final day before the All-Star break, 10 games over 500. They were 50-40. They lost that final game before the break in Milwaukee. That started a 7-game slide. If they don't rally in game 2 tonight, they'll drop to just 1 game over 500. 2-2. A really rough August. A month the Cubs deeply enjoyed.
Steady diet of backdoor breaking balls. That's all that Elly De La Cruz has seen this at bat.
Wisniewski, Barrage, Marte, and Maile with that sweeper. Strike 3 called.
Bullpen. Now they rake the mound after each guy warms up. It's normally the bullpen catcher, Joe Singley, standing right there. I talked to Diaz about this. I go, why do you do this? He says, I enjoy it. And then he went on to say, I rake better than Joe Singley anyways. So we have seen this all season long, that he has a rake in his hand often. He enjoys it. Good teammate.
And not only helping his teammates, but perhaps finding his own tranquility and focus out there.
Yeah, what he didn't tell you is he can't sit down. That's what he didn't say. Got to find something to do because he can't sit down and just chill.
And Gibaut is in, misses inside to Morel. Morel is singled. He has bounced to third. Now, the Reds in August went 10-17. Only the Padres and Rockies had worse records in the National League. Cubs went 18-9. That was the best in the division. No team in baseball did better than the Dodgers, 24-5 in August. Struck him out.
Nice pitch right here from Ian Gibaut. Just really gets after those hitters. You know, you look back at the month of August and the struggles of the team, and you try to figure out what went wrong. All right, what didn't we do in August? How can we prevent that from happening? Right? Did we control the things that we could control? Like, did we play to win as opposed to play not to lose? Were we as aggressive during that month as we were in July, June, earlier in the season? And you pointed out, I think as a leader, you have to put it on the minds of players. That's one thing that I learned from Lou Piniella. Lou didn't let anything go unsaid. Lou didn't let anything go. He addressed that elephant in the room and he said, listen, and we might fight about it, but once it's going to be out there. And I feel like it was on the mind of players. And, you know, his big message was always, boys, go out there and take it to the opposition. You know, hit first. Let's run, let's steal. We've got the ability to do all of that. Let's do it. And so when we would struggle as a team, he would point out, this is what we're not doing. This is what we need to do. It worked.
Yeah, there's value for any team or player to know and recognize your own weakness and how to try to turn that into a strength, how to try to improve.
And that's every phase of the game. Because we all struggle. We all have deficiencies. And as a baseball player, in everything you do, defensively, offensively, running the bases. And if you know what you don't do well, you know not to do it.
To center field, Friedel.
More importantly, know what you do well and concentrate on doing that. Control what you can control.
TV. Receive a free subscription to MLB TV when you attend a game. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for details. Reds down a run. Ball one to Nick Martini, who is grounded out, fly down. Two and one. Wesneski has not yielded a base runner. He has kept the Reds well off balance. Striking out 4. Full count. Strike 3 call.
It's just a great pitch right here. 97-mile-an-hour fastball right on that outside half of the plate, outside line of the plate.
Encarnacion Strand, base hit and a fly out. Fouled away. At the knees, breaking ball, strike three. 3 straight strikeouts. 8 in a row retired.
3 strikeouts in a row. Looking also that time, he threw the breaking ball right at the hip of Encarnacion Strand. Froze him.
Benson has struck out. He has walked. Three and 0. Benson was the last Red to reach. Tried to advance on a ball in the dirt and got thrown out at second. As a result, Cubs pitching has faced the minimum since Friedel's RBI double in the 3rd inning. Away, and Benson again, the Red to reach base. Noelvi Marte is flied to right. He is struck out swinging. He was the first man Wesneski faced. It was down 0-2 early and remained at the plate when Benson was cut down. Faced him again to begin the 5th, and he saw a lot of breaking balls. Called strike. Mark Leiter Jr. loosens in the Cubs pen. Opposite way, Suzuki inning. Clear Roofing, game 3 of this 4-game weekend set. Rookie sensation Andrew Abbott will make his 17th start. He'll be opposed by Javier Assad. Chabot out for a 2nd inning. Our home plate man, Eric Bacchus, I think, looking back at the music. Ian Happ, an RBI single. Fouls off strike one. That was the bouncing ball with eyes up the middle. Came on the 10th pitch that he saw against Sam Maul. That got Nico Horner in from second base. That's the difference. Broke up a 1-1 tie. The true shift might be gone. Brett Kennedy warms in the Reds pen. But the Reds defense right now is about as close as you could come. Cutter struck him out. Brings up Cody Bellinger, who's gone deep in each game on this double dip. His blast in game 2, the subject of our StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud.
Cody Bellinger is making it happen for the Chicago Cubs. Second time on the day going deep.
He's also walked in this nightcap and struck out. How has he turned things around so dramatically? Well, a lot of things. It's not just one thing when you complete a turnaround like his, but part of it is strength. He would normally be playing closer to around 190 pounds. He's almost 210 pounds these days. And he has said that he felt like his barrel wasn't quite going through the hitting zone. He needed to bulk up a bit to shore up that shoulder and provide himself with that strength. How does that help him?
Well, first of all, I think it helps you mentally when you feel physically strong and capable. But, you know, I would even go a little bit deeper. I think that Cody Bellinger is swinging at better pitches. You know, you have your swing. You don't change your swing. He's a very aggressive hitter. And what happens with aggressive hitters is they tend to expand, chase. We're seeing that with Elly De La Cruz right now, right? Swinging a lot of pitches out of the zone. And Cody Bellinger, as your eye gets better, as you get more disciplined and you hit more pitches that are in the zone, you're going to naturally have more success because you're going to make better swing decisions and you're going to swing at pitches that you can physically hit and square up. And he's been doing a lot of that.
So we saw that in game 1, 9th inning. He was down 0-2 early. He rallied to work 14 pitches out of Derek Law. It was the longest plate appearance by pitches of a Reds opponent since 2017. That was also a Cub, by the way. It was Tommy La Stella who saw 17 pitches and struck out. Now Bellinger didn't get on base, but he smoked a line drive out to second.
And this is a power hitter that goes to a 2-strike approach. Much shorter swing with 2 strikes. All the pitches that he's fouled off a few really tough pitches right here.
Hard ground ball opposite way against the grain of the tilted infield. He stumbled at first. Singles.
This is just great hitting right here. 2-strike approach, fastball away. Let me just touch it that way. That's excellent.
He's a base stealing threat. Dansby Swanson 0 for 3. Couple of strikeouts. He is grounded out to third. Runner off. Great jump. Bit of a modified pitch out. Throw down. Got him. Just the 5th time he's been caught stealing all year. 2 down.
Really good throw from Luke Maile. And are they going to challenge it? Yes, they are. But Luke Maile with a quick release. And this ball thrown on the second base side. of the bag.
Chicago Cubs are challenging the out call at second base.
Does he touch that elbow? If he touches the elbow, he's out. If he didn't, yeah, he touched the elbow. Right there.
Here's the word.
After replay, the call is confirmed. The runner is out. Chicago loses the challenge.
In a one-run game, that's a big deal. Excellent toss by Maile.
You're seeing all these bang plays at second base. Remember, first and second base is 4.5 inches shorter because of the larger bases. So the game is more exciting. Guys are willing to take more chances.
Reds live. Jake Fraley double. Yes. Benson bomb. Not yet. Ian Happ has 1 hit so far. Reds down a run. Home 8th. Hunter Renfroe is ready to pinch hit. He'll stand in for Luke Maile and face the new pitcher, Mark Leiter Jr.
For his pitcher, he's got a fastball that sits at 91. He throws a cutter and a curveball and a change split. A lot of vertical movement, drop on that ball, on that changeup. He throws it quite often.
Misses low. Renfroe got the start in game 1. Finished 0 for 4, 2 outs on the ground, 2 in the air. Now Renfroe has more homers during his time with the Angels than any Red has had all year. 1-run game. Beckoned off the bench, trying to provide some pop. He is 1 for 5 against Leiter lifetime, a single. Three and 1. A part of the reason that Leiter is likely in, he has been excellent against lefties. Lefties hitting a .155 against him. Strikeout rate of 36%. That's very high. The splitter is the equalizer. Fraley on deck, Friedl in the hole, both lefties. Lined and caught at third base. That's on the fly. The throw unnecessary. 1 away.
Candelaria does an important thing right here. He catches his ball, but he goes and completes the play. He does look to see if the umpire calls him out or not, but he goes through the process of completing that play. You assume that you catch that ball, that umpire doesn't see it the same way.
Fraley to right center with a broken toe. into second. He's got 3 hits in his first start off the IL, his second double. And they'll run for Fraley. Harrison Bader in to run in the DH spot.
Low fastball out over the plate. Best breaking ball hitters. The guy doesn't miss the fastball. Couldn't get to the split. Nice job, Jake Fraley.
So Fraley finishes this game 3 for 4, and his 1 out was a nice play by Horner on the spin in the outfield. Bader has well above average speed. He's in the 86th percentile in sprint speed. A man who could bunt for a hit stands in. Friedl has an RBI double. He has also struck out twice. Bader hops a larger lead. Bunt, drop down. Barehand Gomes got him. Bader over to third at the expense of a second out.
Nicely done, just unfortunate. Couldn't have that pitcher field that ball. Yan Gomes catching this ball in rhythm. Good footwork. If Leiter has to field that ball, I'm saying you have a different result.
Now the Reds' coolest customer, their best run producer, Spencer Steer, 0 for 3. Tying run 90 feet away. Another thing to keep in mind, well, the split has been highly effective for Leiter. You lose one to the dirt here. More than likely, Bader challenges with the right carom, tries to tie. Does that make him hesitate using it? Back-to-back fastballs, 1-1.
That's a great point right there, John, because I believe it's all about the confidence in your catcher. That's why catching is so vitally important. You want to make sure that your pitcher is committed and convicted to throwing a pitch regardless of the situation out there. He's got confidence that if he bounces one in the dirt, you're going to keep it in front of you as a catcher.
Breaking ball away with Gomes behind the plate. There have been 22 wild pitches while he has been catching for the Cubs this year. Fouled away. Bellinger, no play. Just in case, Alexis Diaz is up in the Reds bullpen. We saw Brett Kennedy warming earlier. The Reds have lost 6 of 8. Full count. There's the split. Payoff. Struck him out. Split her down. Valley Sports Ohio is brought to you by Jake Sweeney Chevrolet, serving the tri-state for over 100 years. And by Western and Southern Financial Group. Put their financial strength behind you. Reds down a run trying to avoid a sweep on the double dip. David Bell goes to his all-star closer, Alexis Diaz. Hunter Renfroe stays in the game at right. Will Benson is now in center. Tyler Stevenson is now the catcher. Suzuki 0 for 3. Strikeout, ground out. He's flying to deep center. Diaz has not had many opportunities to pitch. The Reds have lost or have been trailing so frequently of late. It's only his third outing since Saturday last weekend. He got a save 2 days ago. He gave up 3 unearned runs in that Saturday affair that was in Arizona. He only had 4 save tries in the entire month of August, converting 3. Top to third, kicks on Marte. Ricochets off the sidewall. Suzuki storms up to second.
It's a tough hop right here. Noelvi Marte in between hop.
Adbert Alzolay loosens in the Cubs pen. Candelario 2 walks. He is bounced to second. This is a spot where many men batting 7th, you might consider a bunt even in today's game. Candelario has not executed a sacrifice as a pro ever at any level, minors or majors. Struck him out. Nice slider. Brief word now from Miami Valley Gaming.
Shimmy on down and get ready to get lucky at Miami Valley Gaming.
Awesome.
Yan Gomes 0 for 3. Fly to left. He's grounded out twice. Benson adjusts in center. He shades more opposite gap and a touch more shallow. Fastball for a strike. Tapper, lead runner breaks. Diaz focused on first. Shovel beats Gomes. Suzuki claims third. Benson, an excellent athlete who's played center in the minors a lot, has only had 11 innings in center field all of this year. But Renfroe's arm is such an asset at right. You're probably going to see a little more of this as David Bell mixes and matches, particularly during games. David Ross goes to his bench. Nick Madrigal pinch hits for Morel. He singled and walked in game 1, snapped an 0 for 9 stretch. Madrigal has excellent bat control. He's very hard to strike out. He is one of the Cubs' better contact hitters. Outfield cheats in a bit. Soft poke, floats to second, got it. Diaz denies in the top half. Can the Reds provide punch in the home half? Dealers, can the Reds mount a rally? They're down just one skinny score, 9th inning. BG and Sammy will have the recap. Can they get to the Cub closer, Adbert Alzolay?
Really good numbers on the season. 22 of 24 saves. Although Wednesday he blew a save. He is a 4-pitch pitcher. Throws a lot of sliders. Almost 50% of the pitches he throws, sliders. Got a fastball, cutter, and a changeup.
He blew that save against the Brewers. That snapped a string of 18 save tries in a row converted. He is excellent at limiting walks. Less than 1.5 per 9. That's lowest in the National League, 3rd lowest in Major League Baseball. Elly De La Cruz. Lots of jerseys here in the ballpark. He is 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts. Strikeouts have been an increasing concern since the All-Star break. De La Cruz among qualifiers, the 2nd highest strikeout rate in the big leagues. He has potent power. Ball 1. Upstairs, 2-0. Connects on the cutter. This year, the Reds as a team have hit 133 against Alzolay. Two and 2. Struck him out on a slider.
Nice tight slider down and away.
Martini. Fastball strike. These two were teammates a couple of years ago. Ground out, fly out, strike out looking. Launched to deep right. The former Cub ties it up. Martini's third as a Red. deadlocks the day at 2.
You talked about them being teammates. So he's seen this before. I mentioned a lot of sliders. Nick Martini all on that one. No doubt about it.
Christian Encarnacion Strand has a walk-off to his credit. Ball 1. That came the last time the Reds rocked the City Connect jerseys. Rip to left, base hit. Stuart Fairchild on the run. The only runs Alzolay had allowed against the Reds all year entering this outing. A 2-run homer by Stuart Fairchild. That was back in the opening homestand of the season for the Reds. Will Benson has walked twice, struck out once. Strike 1. Fairchild 9 steals, caught twice. Fouled away. That Friday night affair that saw Encarnacion Strand smash a no-doubter walk-off homer was the last Reds home win. They just got back from a lengthy road trip. They haven't won at home in 2 weeks exactly. He singled to get the winning run on a base. Where Fairchild runs, he takes off. The pitch fouled. That caught Gomes. Seven Reds have stolen double-digit bags while wearing a Cincinnati uni this year. Fairchild is one off becoming the 8th. Low. In a theater full of hyperbole, this is just about as close to a must-win as the Reds can have on the 1st of September. Full count. Fairchild goes. Swing and miss. Throw down tails. It goes into center. Fairchild bunts for third. Talkman gathers. Fairchild into third base. Benson struck out. 2 down.
Yeah, really no chance. I don't know why Jan Gomes decided to throw that ball. Fairchild had such a great jump.
Stolen base, E2 on the throw. Pitching coach Tommy Hotovy out to chat. Noelvi Marte due up. Marte on the whole has shown improved play as he's gotten more time in the big leagues. Can he post his first walk-off moment? Crack to center. Reds win. Third baseman's first walk-off hit. The Reds scored 2 in the 9th. They split the double dip.
And to answer your question, John, yes, he can. He has shown improved plate discipline. He's made some great plays at third base today. And wow, what a win for this ball club. Nick Martini coming up with a big home run to tie this game up. Stuart Fairchild being very aggressive on the base paths, making things happen. And then Noelvi Marte coming up with the big base hit. John, we've seen this before. We've seen the bullpen give this team a chance until this offense can figure it out. And they figured it out today. And hopefully this is a sign of things to come for this ball club. They certainly needed this win today.
The Rally Reds' 8th walk-off win of the year, and they do it against the Cub closer. So now Alzolai's blown consecutive save tries, and the Cubs had to use him here tonight with 2 games still awaiting on the rest of the weekend. Noelvi Marte, still south of 50 at bats in the big leagues, is coming into his own. The usual infield, all rookies for the Reds. And another rookie joins the party with walk-off winners. Marte downstairs with translator Jorge Merlos and Jimmy James Day.
John, thank you very much. First career walk-off hit. Simple question. How'd that feel?
¿Cómo se sintió eso? Se sintió maravilloso. Me siento muy orgulloso de mí y con los muchachos.
All right, let's rephrase. How did that feel?
¿Y ahora cómo se sintió esa mañana? Me siento más frío todavía. I feel even colder now, to be honest.
Were you looking to ambush first pitch? Was that your mindset going up to the plate?
Sí, estaba buscando a ver el primer lanzamiento ahí y darle todo lo que puedes ahí. Realmente fui a buscar ese picheo porque durante el juego me lo estaban tirando mucho y se lo estaba fallando. Entonces fui concentrado a buscar el picheo arriba. Y de que vi el área jangueado le hice swing. I mean, I was looking for that pitch ever since they started throwing that to me throughout the game, and I was kind of prepared and looking for that. And once I saw that slider being hung, I knew I had to take a swing at that.
Knowing this situation where you guys are in the standings, playing the Chicago Cubs, how big of a win to come off the mat like this in the 9th inning was this?
Sabiendo de cómo está contra ellos y ya perdieron el primer partido, qué importante era esto para ganar este partido hoy. Eso era lo que venía hablando con él y desde temprano, que teníamos que ganar ya este segundo juego, ya que por cosas de destino no pudimos ganar el primero, pero siempre estuvimos con ánimo en el logado y se siente bien poder quitarle ese juego a ellos ahora.
Yeah, I mean, I was talking with Ellie beforehand after the first game that we had to get this victory, and you know they're all important, right? So for us just to get this victory, we were just as excited as it was the first game, and we'll keep that momentum going into the next game. And you know that's how things turn out. We stole the victory from that.
One final question: now that you've got your feet wet at the major league level, do you feel like you're settling in?
¿Te pensás que ya te estás acomodando un poco ya que has estado unas pocas semanas acá?
Sí, me siento más cómodo, me siento con más confianza y eso es parte del proceso, ¿me entiendes? Sentirme cómodo mientras va pasando el tiempo y creo que estoy en una buena etapa ahora.
Yeah, I think so. I've been becoming more comfortable as I've gone through first couple weeks here, and it's just all part of the process. You got to get comfortable. You got to get at bats in the game, and slowly but surely we're getting much more comfortable.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Papi.
He's going to get a big ovation as he goes off here. Noelvi Marte, his first career walk-off hit. John, let's go back to you.
Thank you, Jimmy. The walk-off winner from another Reds rookie. And the Reds find a way to take at least one of two to begin this set.
And let's not forget the job that Lyon Richardson did. You know, he really battled out there, and he gave this team all that he had. And, you know, he hasn't really seen the success that I think that he's going to see in his career. But what we have seen from him is his tenacity, is his not give up. So let's give him a little bit of credit as well. This was a team victory. They certainly needed it, and they got it.
Let's go to a lively Reds Live. BG and Sammy at the desk. Reds roll and rally. They walk it off in 9, 3-2.